Hi, I'm Jeff Summit, Technical Director for Hireko Golf, here to show you how to frequency sort your shafts as opposed to the video I did previously showing weight sorting. Frequency sorting is the preferred method of sorting any shaft, especially graphite where the stiffness is based on the material and the layup over the forming mandrel and not necessarily the weight. I should once again preface first by saying you have to have several of the same unitized shafts, or ones, depending on how they're trimmed, can be used for any club in the set of woods, hybrids, irons, or wedges. You will of course need a frequency analyzer, which counts the number of oscillations a shaft or a club makes when put in motion. There are only a handful of analyzers out there that are commercially available, and on average they cost around $500. For raw shafts, you will also need some sort of weight on the end of the shaft. I've used the same 3/8 inch drill chuck for the past 20 or more years. The reason for it's easy to install on and off the shaft. Just make sure whatever device you use, it's consistent for all your records. Now, over here I have 8 ordinary shafts that were pulled from random. These very well could be graphite shafts. Now, due to manufacturing tolerances, steel shafts can vary in weight and subsequent stiffness as much as plus or minus 3 CPMs or cycles per minute. 10 CPMs is considered a full flex, so that would amount to a little bit more than a half a flex of tolerance. Graphite shafts can vary much greater than this, and a higher cost is no guarantee that the tolerances will be any better. Now, to account for the manufacturing tolerances, I have 2 pre-assembly steps that take little time and effort. Step 1 is to attach my weight to the shaft tip and place it in my clamp and tighten it down. The analyzer reads, in this case, in an up and down motion. So I have to make sure that my silk screen is pointed out like it would be in the position of a golf club. If this measured side to side, like some do, then I would have had the silk screen in the up position when I perform this task. What you do is just simply pluck the shaft and hit the reset button, and you'll get a reading. This says 316 CPMs. That's how many cycles per minute that it will oscillate in a minute if it allowed to extend itself. Once you get this number, you may want to do it a couple times to make sure that the number's consistent. And once you do, take your Sharpie pen and write it on the butt end or a piece of tape on the shaft for future reference. Now you want to continue with the rest of the shafts that you have on hand. Now, step 2 is to sort the shafts in a sequential order. You want to start by placing the lowest CPM shaft in the lowest lofted club in the series, the second lowest CPM shaft in the next lowest loft, and so forth. Finally, you're going to end up in the highest CPM shaft going into your highest lofted club in the set of matching woods, hybrids, irons, or wedges. Now, the most flexible shaft placed in your longest club is going to get the ball airborne. Now, placing the shaft in a sequential order by frequency is far better than putting them into clubs in a haphazard manner, after which you could just follow your normal tip trimming instructions. If you fail to do these steps, it's possible that you could end up placing the stiffest shaft in your lowest lofted club and most flexible in a control club, making it hard to get a feel or a consistent feel throughout the set. Now, serious club makers will frequency sort their shafts prior to assembly, something that you'll never ever see on an assembly line for a major name brand manufacturer. This will ensure that you're making better quality clubs for you and your customers using the same quality components. As such, you should charge more for this valuable service.